So we have seen ex-tropical cyclone Alfred fizzle out, so it's no longer a low that's being analysed here by the Bureau, but it is still dragging a lot of tropical moisture across southeast Queensland and also northern inland parts of New South Wales. So the latest severe weather warning has removed the Gold Coast and the northern rivers from that threat of heavy rainfall, but heavy rainfall is still a risk all the way from Gympie through the Sunshine Coast and Brisbane, then down through the Lockyer Valley and parts of the Eastern Downs, and all the way through the northern tablelands of New South Wales. So in that area, we may see heavy rainfall of 6 hourly totals up to 100 millimetres through today, but the real concern will be for areas just to the west of Brisbane, so Ipswich, the Lockyer Valley and Toowoomba and Gatton. This is where we could see those intense thunderstorms bringing 6 hourly rainfall totals up to 150 millimetres through the rest of the afternoon. So we are reminding residents to stay alert with those warnings now shifting a little bit further inland.
Further inland, Jonathan, and of course we have to remember these amounts are falling on really wet ground already.
That's exactly right. So catchments are absolutely soaked right across southeast Queensland and northern New South Wales. We do have a number of flood warnings current, both in New South Wales. We are seeing major flooding in Grafton. That's slowly starting to ease, but also flooding at Tumbulgum and a number of other locations in the north. And in southeast Queensland, we do have a major flood warning for the Lockyer and Laidley creeks around the Toowoomba Lockyer Valley area. So we are reminding residents to keep across that, and we could see major flooding at Ipswich later today. So a lot of water still flowing into those creeks and still a number of flood watches and warnings current.
Could it be, Jonathan, that some of these areas actually dodge the thunderstorms, or are they really widespread?
These thunderstorms are quite hit and miss. So at the moment, we are seeing heavier showers push down to the Sunshine Coast and down towards Gatton and Toowoomba. But into the afternoon, we'll be keeping a close eye on any other thunderstorms that pop up. And if we do detect those intense thunderstorms, we'll be issuing separate severe thunderstorm warnings in addition to that severe weather warning. And in northern New South Wales, it will depend on where we start to see those showers and storms pop up. But the message is that there's still a lot of moisture in the atmosphere. And there is still that risk of seeing heavy rainfall linked to flash flooding.
Can we just talk about the coast for a minute, Jonathan? Because various of our reporters have been there and the swell is still enormous. The conditions at sea are still very dangerous. How long might that persist?
So along the coast, we have now removed those severe weather warnings for those damaging surf and huge swell. But as we've seen, the conditions are still quite dangerous out there in the water. So we do remind residents and locals to keep across the latest updates from us and also from Surf Lifesavers. We have seen a lot of change to the coastline. So that might mean some of those currents might have changed and might not be as what people sort of remember it. So reminding people to keep an eye on that, especially around the high tide time. And there are still, of course, showers streaming onto the coast. And so because everything is so wet, we may see some localised flash flooding, so that is certainly still a threat along the coast.
Worried about through this evening, overnight, but what about the forecast for the days ahead? Is there more rain to come?
So the good news is that we will be on an easing trend. So from late this afternoon, we'll start to see those areas of heavy rain become more isolated, and then into tonight, we will see the heavy rain threat start to ease. There will be still showers and thunderstorms heading into Tuesday and Wednesday, especially for inland parts of southern Queensland and inland parts of northern New South Wales. But around the coast, around Brisbane, Toowoomba and the northern rivers, the threat of heavy rainfall will gradually start to ease into tomorrow. But the message from us is that although we will start to see the rain ease and sunshine return, flooding can persist for many days after that.